So, it's about 1:30 p.m. West Coast time on Tuesday, July 1st, and Trump's big, beautiful, we're all gonna die bill passed the Senate. It was a 51 to 50 vote. It was a 50-50 vote, and then JD Vance came in with the tie-breaking vote. Lisa Murkowski casting a decisive vote afterwards told reporters that she, quote, agonized, close quote, over her decision to vote in favor of this bill, but that she has to look out for Alaskans first. The population of Alaska is less than 750,000 people. Oh, excuse me. I didn't think this was a functioning business. There are over 330 million people in the United States. And she made it very clear that she only cares about those who live in Alaska. The other 330 million people can go fuck themselves, according to her. So now the bill goes back to the House of Representatives, where it has to pass again. And Mike Johnson is already facing a revolt from his members, because they are deeply, deeply, deeply unsatisfied with the Senate version of the bill. Several members have said they completely changed our bill, referring to Republicans in the Senate. And that's also in part due to the Senate parliamentarian, who took a lot of things out of the bill because they were not budgetary items, and the rules on that are very strict. Donald Trump previously told Republicans in the Senate to ignore and overrule the parliamentarian. John Thune, not being a complete lunatic, thus far has chosen not to do that. But then Lisa Murkowski also said that the Senate version of this bill is not done yet, and that she hopes Republicans in the House change the bill in some way to make it better. I don't know, man. Chip Roy in the House is screaming mad about this. And I did see Axios report that there are at least 20 members in the House that are already saying no. So it doesn't look like this is going to get done by Donald Trump's deadline of July 4th, which is, 3 days. Today's Tuesday, that deadline's Friday. Who knows what's going to happen, man? I have yet to see or encounter someone other than an elected Republican say anything nice about this bill. And even elected Republicans, a lot of them are saying horrible things about this bill, because they know what it's going to do to this country. They don't care what it's going to do to the people of this country. They care about keeping their jobs. And they know that come the midterms a year from November, Democrats are going to make ads that are going to absolutely destroy Republican incumbents. And by then, 16 months from now, there will be people who lost their health care. There will be rural hospitals that closed. There will be people who have lost their homes and who have lost their food stamps and are starving. And those people will find themselves in political ads and being interviewed. And so it's like, as with every elected person in Washington, D.C., and that applies to Democrats as well, they care more about keeping their jobs than they do about taking care of the American people. This bill is going to destroy 65% of Americans in this country. Their finances, their economics, their health care, their health insurance, their food security. It's like, for what, man? For tax cuts for billionaires. I did a TikTok a few days ago that I was like, we can no longer coexist with the billionaire class. We can no longer survive alongside the billionaire class because, as is evidenced in this bill, they control everything, and they are going to take absolutely everything from the bottom 90% of this country. To say that this bill is evil is an understatement. It is going to kill tens of thousands of Americans if it is signed into law. It is going to devastate communities. And it's like, for people who are like, nah, I have my own health insurance, it's not going to affect me. Your health insurance is only good if the hospital that you go to is still open. And hospitals in this country, especially rural hospitals where Trump voters live, are dependent upon Medicaid and Medicare funding in order to keep their doors open. And I heard Senator Chris Murphy say yesterday, as an example, that even under this bill, a couple in Connecticut making $80,000 a year with private health insurance, their out-of-pocket health expenditures for insurance are going to go up, and for out-of-pocket payments for health coverage are going to go up $24,000 a year, a 400% increase for people who have insurance. And if you live in a rural area, again, who gives a shit what insurance you have if you don't have any hospitals or medical offices within 90 miles of where you live? If Republicans are going to do it, fuck them. Let them do it. I want immediate and absolutely overwhelmingly painful consequences from this legislation to land on as many Trump supporters as possible in the United States as soon as possible. I want this legislation to destroy their lives. I want people who voted for Donald Trump to experience consequences within the next 3 months that they never possibly could have imagined. And I want those consequences to be negative beyond their wildest dreams. I want their sense of security of living in the United States to be completely fucking destroyed, because that's what they voted to have happen to everybody else in this country. And they did that part on purpose. They fully support what ICE is doing in destroying and tearing apart families and arresting Iranian grandmothers who have lived here for 50 years and who have kids and grandkids who are citizens. They voted to inflict pain on everybody who's not exactly like them. And I want unimaginable amounts of economic, financial, health insurance, health care, health coverage, pain, food insecurity, pain, housing insecurity, pain, to hit them like a motherfucking tidal wave. I want their lives to be destroyed because of what they voted for, because of what they voted to be done to other Americans, because of their cruelty. So I'm going to think about that in moments of depression now, and that'll make me happy, and that will cheer me up. Have a good Tuesday.